First of all, what an extraordinary human being she is, coming from a 10 square kilometre island in the Gulf in Queensland. One of the extraordinary things to remember about the Karaai people is that they had no art tradition as part of their culture, which means they had no body painting, no rock art, no sand painting. When she was nearly 80 and she went to the art centre on Mornington Island for occupational therapy, she had also no obligation. She had no tradition she had to follow. So when she started literally to muck around with some acrylics, outpoured this whole different vision.
It was only really through meeting Sally that we've actually got to know what the elements are. Contemporary buildings, they're very hard-line, rigid structures, and this painting will be a lovely fresh influence, I hope. It's very gestural, it's got a lot of energy. It's not plain surfaces like the rest of the building. It's one of the hardest things for us to do, is to retain the energy from the original painting.
Viewing the original, I did a same size test, trial, and we were trying to work out what size brushes to use. We actually blocked in the way Sally does, with really bright colours, and that was actually quite fun because it gave us a chance to see what a full Sally would look like.
Sally Gabora, her painting, when many people first see it, they don't understand that it's a landscape, a seascape. They think it's an abstract, someone just playing with paint. But once you go deep into her stories and whatever, every part of the painting is a special place or a special, has a special story in relation to what's important to her.
But the subtleties come. You see, even though at this scale, it's amazing how many subtleties you can pick. Even if you make it more abstract and simple, you've still got to get the same subtlety in there, the same little shifts and layers.
It's quite an important part of it for me to actually have an Aboriginal work painted directly on the wall and, in a sense, territorialising the wall.
I would do all the painting, and then there was a time that Jeffrey did the painting. Then we could both work on things at once. Each time we went through another stage, we had to juggle what each of our roles were.
a way of painting that is very involved technically. It's very close to, it's much closer to craft work than artwork, because there's a lot of making into it. It has to be done. It has to be drawn, has to be painted, the paint has to be pushed along, and that, it's craft work.
Over 23 metres tall, there's probably over 7 kilometres of stainless steel tubes attached to the inside and outside. Probably gone on 15,000 welds in each one of those, hand polished after it's been applied. And I think that's one of the, well, hopefully the triumphs of it, that it's a real celebration of that combination between engineering excellence and craftsmanship. 20, 30 years ago, this would have been very difficult to kind of fabricate prior to the existence of very sophisticated computer software. But now we kind of have that ability to really kind of sort of push kind of sort of stresses and fatigues and really kind of push the material. It allows us to build fantastic structures. I think what you can try and do is do the piece with kind of integrity. And I think as long as you kind of respect the site, you kind of respect the kind of context, and you try and get some kind of emotional connection with the sort of site. That's the kind of best you can do, and hopefully you've done a good job.